5,000 years ago, this was man, an animal in the wilderness, furtively searching for food. This was man in the beginning, about to take his first great step towards civilization. In that moment of sudden understanding, man became a farmer. Soon he raised his own game, planted and harvested his own food. He made his tools so well that his descendants used them unchanged for centuries. No longer a wanderer, man built cities and states. He had time to think, to create, time to design civilization and perfect the art of farming. Then came the discovery of a whole new world, America. Farmers from the old world settled the new one, bringing their trusted tools with them. America became a land of farms.
Watch your father now, Seth. You see what I do with my sickle? Easy strokes.
I'm getting a blister.
You'll learn to live with it. It's all part of farming.
Why couldn't there be an easier sickle? I bet I could make one.
That's enough, Seth. Hard work's in the head, not the hand. That's what my father said. I've cut wheat all my life with a sickle, so did he. Look around you, boy. 10 acres of cleared land. Did it all with the tools he gave me. Next year, I'm going to clear more. All right, Seth, back to work.
And I did, too. And more yet as the years went by. Good wood for fences. Built my house from it, too. My crops were wheat and maize. I cleared a few acres for pasture. Dug a pond for the horses and cattle. Built a barn, a hog pen, chicken coop, too. Then came the revolution. I took a bullet at Brandywine, so my son took over. He's done fine, real fine. He's a man of means now. Raised a lot of livestock this year. Had a bumper crop. My pa would have been proud. Of course, he wouldn't have liked so many hired men. No other way to do it now. These tools only go so far. Don't know what I'd do if I had more acreage. I'd need tools to do the work of 20 men.
Such tools seemed impossible in 1800, but great changes were on the way, more than had come in 5,000 years of agriculture. 1835. Farming history is being made in a field of American oats.
What the devil's that?
It's a new invention, Dad. A mechanical reaper. You just hitch it up and the reaper does the rest.
Noisy, ain't it?
Well, Cyrus McCormick says it'll do the work of 20 men. Says it's going to make a revolution in farming.
That's so.
But think of all the oats we could grow, Dad. We can make a killing.
Not me, boy. I do my reaping by hand. Ain't gonna change now.
I knew he wouldn't go for it. He's been farming one way all his life. It's all he knows. Well, I guess I don't blame him. He's done all right. Farm turns a good crop. Bought horses to plant more land. Put up a new barn. New canal went in nearby. Grist mill just down the road. Road's new too. Makes us handy to town. But I don't know. It's different for me than it was for him when he started. County's getting crowded. New land comes high and the old land's wearing out. The forest is almost gone. I've got a wife and family now. I want my own farm. Dad won't like it, but I'm going west.
Oh, that's a crazy thing to do, son, with all you got here.
Land's $1.25 an acre out there, Dad. No clearing to do, just set your plow and turn it over.
Sounds to me like you already made up your mind.
I guess I have, Dad.
Well, God go with you. Or maybe I ought to say, God help you.
Is this where we're gonna live, Dad?
Right near here, boys. Right near the Mississippi. We're gonna be farmers like nobody ever was farmers.
It was a true prediction. Over the next 20 years, farmers changed the face of the land. But greater changes were in store. In 1861, Fort Sumter fell.
You signed up, I suppose.
All the other fellas are going. I can't just stay home.
I know. I'm not faulting you, Richard. Thank you. It's just that your brother and me, we sure use your help on the farm.
I know. I thought about that a lot. I'm sorry, it's just something I have to do. Well, you'll make it. You always have. You and Ma and James.
We've got to. That's the long and the short of it.
Thousands of farmers had to, and did. It wasn't easy. The war between the states drained men from the farms. At the same time, two giant armies had to be fed. After the war, the drain of men went on, for a different reason.
Dad, can we talk a while?
Yes, James?
Well, I've been thinking about my future. What I want to do with myself.
Farming's not good enough for you.
Well, you got Richard back now, and you don't need me like you did. I want to work in a factory.
Factory? It's hard work, boy. Hard as farming.
I suppose it is.
Have to live in the city, is that what you want?
Well, I don't know how to say this to you.
Well, I can't say it for you.
A factory pays better than you do.
Factories marked the arrival of the Industrial Revolution in America. The era of handcrafts came to an end. From now on, products were made by machines, and farm boys ran them. The age of machines invaded the farms, too. It brought new tools that made farming easier and more profitable than ever before in history.
What you looking at?
Gadgets, Abby. Never seen so many. Supposed to make it easier to farm.
You gonna buy any?
Well, I might. I'll be real glad I did. Says here.
His first purchase was a steel plow that cut through the prairie sod cleaner than any plow before. That was 1870. Later, he bought a mechanized grain drill. More machines followed, and soon he wondered how he'd ever done without them. The last word in 1880 was the steam thresher. Big, temperamental, expensive, it did the work of 40 men.
Those were exciting days for us. It was hard work at first without James, but the new machines made up for it. The farm grew. We planted more acreage, raised more livestock, elected some congressmen. Meanwhile, the towns turned into cities. Roads got better and straighter. The railroad came. First the Northern Pacific, then spurs to the farmers. We had to organize to fight their high rates. Had to fight the sheepmen and the cattlemen, too. They wanted our land for grazing. But we held our own. Afterwards came the biggest fight of all.
World War I brought new disruptions for the farmer. His horses were taken by cavalry and artillery. The battlefield took his men. Farmers met the challenge to produce more than ever with a new weapon, machine power.
Dang 'em, busted.
Easy, Dad, you'll break your arm.
Ah, fool thing. You get down and try it.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Here goes.
Almost. Try it again. Keep going. We got it.
Let it rip. Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad!
We got the hang of it soon enough. Power caught on quick in America. But we had our troubles, too. We hadn't taken care of the land. We'd worn it out. Dust storms stole it away from us. Floods washed it away. You never saw so many pests. Then, the bottom fell out of everything. A lot of farmers walked away and never came back.
Not Dad, though. He never gave up. And after the 30s, it was better. We'd learned a lot. Contour plowing helped hold the land. Strip farming helped too. We rotated crops and fertilized. Hybrids gave us higher yields. And we wiped out the pests with chemicals. Good times came back after World War II. We thought big. Big farms. Big machines. Like the self-propelled combine. Me and the neighbors hired these combine brigades. They whipped through that wheat in no time. It's a good feeling, having something, building something. Farming's a real living now, a fine way of life. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Nor would 9 million other successful American farmers. Theirs is a spectacular achievement, yet it is only a beginning that reaches as far as we can see into tomorrow. night infrared photography. Tomorrow's techniques working for the farmer today.
Hey, look at this, Dad.
Yeah, it's blight all right. All through this field. See it in the picture. This part's where the corn's been hit. Here, have a look.
Did we catch it in time?
Save the crop? Well, I think we'll just make it, thanks to those photos.
The modern farmer is unlike any who came before him. Part scientist, part businessman, part visionary. He is always searching for better ways to farm. Where will today's experiments lead? What will farming be like 20 years from now, 50 years from now? Radically rebuilt, the farms of the future may be ribboned with concrete tracks for farm machines to run on. Soil will not be compacted, and crops will grow faster and bigger. Unmanned plows may be guided by laser beams aimed from steel towers. Freed from his fields, the farmer will tend to more important chores. Crops and livestock may be grown in controlled environments under vast geodesic domes. None will be lost to disease or hazards of weather. Crops will know neither season nor sundown. The new farm will work around the clock, speeding up growing cycles and reaping many harvests a year.
It'll be hard to recognize tomorrow's farm. Of course, some things won't change. Crops growing, the patterns of harvest, America's good, rich earth, and the work will be hard as ever. That's farming. We'll still have all of America to feed and millions of other people around the world, many less fortunate than we are. We're going to need farmers more than ever, same as we do now.